What is up, everybody? Zach from Redwood Chronicles. Today we're going to be doing the install on the AXP skid plate on the Husky 701. Pretty basic install, but hopefully this video helps you out. Okay, so just to give a quick rundown on hardware, we have the two 6x25 special screws up here, and then there's four similar size screws. You have the 16 millimeter, there should be 2 of them. The 25 millimeter, there should be 3 of them. The 30 millimeter, there should be 4 of them. And then the 35 millimeter, and there should be 1. 4 nuts and 4 washers go with the 30s, 3 washers go with the 25s, and then the long one gets a big washer, small washer, and nut, and then the small ones are just gonna go straight into this plastic guy. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is secure the part that's gonna go into where your rubber grommets are on the stock skid plate. That's gonna sit down there like that, and you're gonna use the 3 25 millimeter screws, so they're just gonna come up from the bottom. Make sure your knobs are pointed towards the back of the skid plate. Then each one of these will get a washer and a nut. So the nuts will be a 10 millimeter socket, and then you'll need a 4 millimeter Allen. So go ahead and get these tightened down. So the next thing we're gonna do is secure this plate onto right there. And these screws are just going to screw into here. I recommend getting them started before you try and put them on the skid plate, so you can kind of get those threads worked out. Then once you have those started, it'll be easier to put it on. And these are just going into plastic, so you don't want to strip them out, but you want them to sit flush. Kind of feel it starting to strip a little bit. So those ones don't quite sit flush. I don't want to strip out the plastic. It's flush enough. Okay, then the next thing we're going to do is install these guys up here, and the machine side, this side, is going to stick out towards what would be the outside of the bike. So now we'll go ahead and get these tightened all the way down. All right, and then once you have the 4 plastic pieces secured to the skid plate, it's ready to go ahead and put on the bike. All right, guys, so the next step's gonna be removing the factory skid plate. So we got a T30 screw on this side. I think it might be an 8 mil as well. I just have this T30 in my hand already. And then one on the other side. And that shouldn't have fallen out. You could see these rubber grommets in here go in there. So these should be in here all the way. And then the skid plate should pull out, but mine just kind of fell off. All right, then the last thing we're gonna do before we put the skid plate on is go ahead and put the sticker on. So take a little bit of rubbing alcohol just to prep the surface. All right, then once the sticker's on, we'll go ahead and get the skid plate put on the bike. I'm gonna start by getting these 2 guys in these 2 holes. And then next we'll go ahead and get the bolt that goes in here, as well as the same on the other side. All right, so last thing we're gonna do is remove this bolt right here and replace it with the bolt that came with the skid plate. You got a 10 mil down below and an 8 mil up top. We'll go ahead and replace that with the long bolt that came with the skid plate. The little washer is going to go up top and through the skid plate, and then the big washer and the nut will go on the bottom. And these will both be 10 millimeters. Alright guys, and that's the AXP skid plate install for the Husqvarna 701. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope it helped you out. Cheers.